Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we'll discuss the remaining part of the concept justice. The main objective of this second lecture is to understand the following concept briefly. Social justice, B.R. Ambedkar on social justice, and last, most important, John Rawls theory or theory of fairness. ये जस्टिस का रिमेनिंग सेकंड पार्ट है. इसके पहले के वीडियो में हमने देखा था कि जस्टिस क्या होता है, कि क्या क्या टाइप्स हैं जस्टिस के, क्या डिफ्रेंशिएट है प्रोसीजरल और डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव जस्टिस में, और हमने थोड़ी चर्चा की थी ग्लोबल जस्टिस पर. और आज हम उसके सेकंड पार्ट के साथ डिस्कस करेंगे ये तीन कंसेप्ट. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द प्रीएम्बल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ आवर कंट्री. आइए शुरुआत करते हैं इस वीडियो लेक्चर की हमारे भारतीय संविधान के प्रीएम्बल के साथ, यानी कि प्रस्तावना के साथ. आपकी स्क्रीन पर हमारा भारतीय संविधान का जो प्रेएम्बल है, यानी कि जो प्रस्तावना है, वो नज़र आ रही होगी. आइए एक बार इसको रीड कर देखते हैं कि इसमें लिखा क्या है. द प्रीएम्बल इन इट्स प्रेजेंट फॉर्म रीड्स, We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. हमने ये इसलिए रीड किया क्योंकि इसमें एक टर्म आई है जो कि है जस्टिस. आइए जानते हैं इसके बारे में कि प्रीएम्बल के अकॉर्डिंग जस्टिस क्या है, कितने टाइप के जस्टिस हैं हमारे प्रीएम्बल के अंदर. द टर्म जस्टिस इन द प्रीएम्बल embraces three distinct forms, that is social, economic and political, secured through various provisions for fundamental rights and directive principle. Social justice denotes the equal treatment of all citizens without any social distinction based on caste, color, race, religion, sex, and so on. It means absence of privileges being extended to any particular section of the society, and improvement in the conditions of backward classes, SCs, STs and OBCs and women. अब बात करते हैं इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस की. इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस denote the non-discrimination between people on the basis of economic factors. It involves the elimination of glaring inequalities in wealth, income and property. A combination of social justice and economic justice denote what is known as distributive justice. Political justice implies that all citizens should have equal political rights, equal access to all political offices, and equal voice in the government. The ideal of justice, social, economic, and political, has been taken from the Russian Revolution 1970. हमने यह इसलिए देखा क्योंकि इसमें जस्टिस जो हैं वो 3 प्रकार के बताए गए हैं. पहला सोशल जस्टिस, दूसरा इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस एंड लास्ट थर्ड इज़ पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस, जो कि हमने ब्रीफली डिस्क्राइब किए हैं, ब्रीफली समझाए हैं कि ये है क्या, इनको हमने डिफ़ाइन किया है अच्छे से. तो आइए अब बात करते हैं मेनली सोशल जस्टिस पर. इसमें हम जानेंगे कि सोशल जस्टिस के क्या क्या मायने हैं, क्या मीनिंग है, क्या डेफिनेशन है, क्या एग्जाम्पल है, और इसी के साथ जानेंगे B.R. अम्बेडकर का क्या कहना है सोशल जस्टिस पर. तो आइए डिस्कस करते हैं. द टर्म जस्टिस implies the quality of being just, right, or reasonable. It is opposed to what is unjust, wrong, or unreasonable. It embodies an ideal which is akin to the absolute truth. Yet, it is a dynamic idea because our realization of that ideal and our comprehension of that absolute truth is a continuous process. Slavery and serfdom were widely justified in the ancient and medieval Europe. Untouchability was justified in India a few decades ago. The inferior status of women was taken for granted the world over not so long ago. Racial discrimination was justified till recently in some parts of the world. But these conditions are now widely regarded as unjust. In the movie The Help, we see a story of black women and how their identity creates trouble for their social and cultural life. Those women were facing economic injustice because of their racial status and their gender. What is required for them is to give social respect and economic inequality. आइए जान लेते हैं कि सोशल जस्टिस है क्या. तो जो सोशल जस्टिस जो है वो एक पॉलिटिकल और फिलोसफिकल थ्योरी है which assert that there are dimensions to the concept of justice by beyond those embodied in the principles of civil or criminal law, economic supply and demand, or traditional moral frameworks. Social justice tends to focus more on just relations between groups within society as opposed to the justice of individual conduct or justice for individuals. Historically and in theory, the idea of social justice is that all people should have equal access to wealth, health, well-being, justice, privileges and opportunity regardless of their legal, political, economic और other circumstances. तो आइए अब बात करते हैं B.R. अम्बेडकर ऑन सोशल जस्टिस. इसमें हम जानेंगे कि B.R. अम्बेडकर क्या कहते हैं सोशल जस्टिस पर. डॉक्टर B.R. अम्बेडकर इज फेमस as the principal architect of the Indian Constitution, a staunch advocate of the interventionist modernizing state and of the legal protection of the modern virtues of equal citizenship and secularism. He is considered as the foremost political leader of the 20th century of India's downtrodden Dalit peoples. The former untouchable caste. In this role, he has been both celebrated and vilified for having steadily fought for the separate political representation of the Dalits. In their favor in education and government employment and for constructing their distinct identity, going as far as conversion to another religion. He wrote several books and articles to put forth his theories for the problems facing India at that time. His two well-known works, who were the Shudra 1946 and the Untouchables 1948, has for the first time analyzed in detail the Shudra and Untouchables, which created quite as state. Ambedkar advocate human dignity, liberty, equality and fraternity through the legal provision. So, according to Ambedkar, social justice is based on moral values and self-respect. Justice through social, political and economic justices, which regulated by the Indian Constitution. The concept of social justice, like law, keeps changing. So, जो आप अपनी स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं, ये डॉक्टर B.R. अम्बेडकर द्वारा जो कहा गया है, आइए पढ़ लेते हैं कि जस्टिस हैज़ ऑलवेज इवोक्ड ideas of equality, of proportion, of compensation. In short, justice is another name of liberty, equality and fraternity. A just society is that society in which ascending sense of reverence and descending sense of contempt is dissolved into the creation of a compassionate society. ये B.R. अम्बेडकर कहते हैं सोशल जस्टिस पर। आइए अब बात कर लेते हैं इस वीडियो लेक्चर के लास्ट टॉपिक, जो कि है जॉन रॉल्स थ्योरी। सबसे पहले जानते हैं कि जॉन रॉल्स हैं कौन। तो जॉन रॉल्स जो हैं वो एक मोस्ट प्रोमिनेंट अमेरिकन फ़िलासफ़र हैं 20th सेंचुरी के, एंड ये वर्किंग प्रीमिलरी इन द एरियाज़ ऑफ पॉलिटिकल फ़िलासफ़ी एंड इथिकल थ्योरी। इन्होंने बहुत सारी फ़िलासफ़ी एंड इथिकल थ्योरी में काम किया है और बहुत सारे अपने व्यूज़ दिए हैं। रॉल्स वॉज वन ऑफ द फोरमोस्ट डिफेंडर्स ऑफ पॉलिटिकल लिबरलिज्म। ये बहुत ज़्यादा डिफेंडर्स हैं पॉलिटिकल लिबरलिज्म के। द आइडिया डैट गवर्नमेंट शुड बी न्यूट्रल विद रिगार्ड टू द क्वेश्चन ऑफ व्हाट कंस्टिट्यूट अ गुड लाइफ। जॉन रॉल्स कहते हैं अपनी थ्योरी ऑफ जस्टिस में कि द बेसिस ऑफ अ सोसाइटी इज़ अ सेट ऑफ टैसिट एग्रीमेंट, दैट इज़ सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। The agreed upon principles must not be dependent on the one's place in society. ये जो रोल्स हैं वो बिलीव करते हैं that rational self-interested people with roughly similar needs would choose the following two principles to guide their moral interactions. John Rawls has tried to answer the question of the good of society, especially if they believe that their decisions is going to have an impact on the kind of life and opportunities their children will have in the future. He argues that the only way we can arrive at a fair and just rule is If we imagine ourselves to be in a situation in which we have to make decisions about how society should be organized, although we do not know which position we would ourselves occupy in that society, that is, we do not know what kind of family we would be born in, whether we would be born into an upper caste or lower caste family, rich or poor, privileged or disadvantaged. Rawls argue that if we do not know, in this sense, who we will be and what option would be available to us in the future society, we will be likely to support a decision about the rules and organization of that future society which would be fair for all members. Rawls describe this as thinking under a veil of ignorance. वेल ऑफ इग्नोरेंस एक तरीके से पर्दा है सोसाइटी के पीछे का, ठीक है. ही एक्सपेक्ट दैट इन सच अ सिचुएशन ऑफ complete ignorance about our possible position and status in a society, each person would decide in this way they generally do. Each person would decide in the way they generally do. That is, in terms of their own interest. But since no one knows who he would be and what is going to benefit him, each will envisage the future society from the point of think for himself, that those who are born privileged will enjoy certain special opportunities. But what if they have the misfortune of being born in a disadvantaged section of society where few opportunities would be available to them? Hence, it would make sense for each person acting in his or her own interest to try to think of rules for organization that will ensure reasonable opportunities to the weaker section. The attempt will be to see that important resources like education, health, shelter, etc. are available to all persons, even if they are not part of the upper class. It is of course not easy to erase our identities and to imagine oneself under a veil of ignorance. But then, it is equally difficult for most people to be self-sacrifice and share their good fortune with strangers. That is why we habitually associate self-sacrifice with heroism. The thing, however, is that when they choose under the veil of ignorance, they will find that it is in their interest to think from the position of the Rostov. Wearing the imagined veil of ignorance is the first step in arriving at a system of fair laws and policies. It will be evident that rational persons will not only see things from the perspective of the Rostov, they will also try to ensure that the policies they frame benefit the society as a whole. Both things have to go hand in hand since no one knows what position they will occupy in the future society. आइए अब इसके क्रिटिसिज्म के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं कि रॉल्स थ्योरी के क्या क्या क्रिटिसिज्म हो सकते हैं. तो वन फॉर्म ऑफ क्रिटिसिज्म सेंटर्स ऑन वेदर ऑल इंडिविजुअल्स इन द ओरिजिनल पोजीशन वुड चूज द सेम प्रिंसिपल्स. If so, whether they would choose Rawls' principle rather than some other principles. Another criticism centers on Rawls' conclusion that in the original position, one's liberties and equal opportunity have been assured. Society would choose institutions that provide the maximum benefit to the least advantage. तो जो आपकी स्क्रीन पर पिक्चर दिखाई दे रही है वो हैं जॉन रॉल्स, जिन्होंने अ थ्योरी ऑफ जस्टिस और जस्टिस एज फेयरनेस दिया है कंसेप्ट. ये कंसेप्ट बहुत ही प्रोमिनिएंट है एंड बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग कंसेप्ट है. और आइए चलते चलते हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की बात कर लेते हैं कि डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होता क्या है। सो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज़ द एक्टिविटी ऑफ बोथ सेलिंग एंड डिलीवरिंग प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज फ्रॉम मैन्युफैक्चर टू कस्टमर। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो है वो एक ऐसी एक्टिविटी है जो कि बहुत सेलिंग एंड डिलीवरिंग करती है प्रोडक्ट्स की एंड सर्विसेज की फ्रॉम मैन्युफैक्चर टू कस्टमर। सो थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो and please like, share, comment and subscribe our YouTube channel Universe India. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, stay indoors.